People of the internet! Welcome back to another video. It is I, Don Thomas, back in here with another one. As always, folks, the likes, the comments, the subscribes are all greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for the support on this channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into today's topic, folks. I got a video pulled up here. It comes from ABC News, in which it tells the story of being out at a French festival where 145 people were reportedly pricked with syringes at a music festival, folks. Very interesting times we're living in, man. Heartless, coldless, evil, dark world that we're living in. Let this serve as a cautionary tale. All of us that are out and about this summer, taking trips and going to concerts and festivals, this and the other. Let this serve as a cautionary tale to the dangers and the mindsets of some of the people that we may be around. Of course, I'll share my thoughts. I encourage you guys to share your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let's get into it.
Police in France say 14 people are under arrest after a possible syringe attack at a series of music festivals across France. 145 people report being pricked, including some girls as young as 14. I want to bring in foreign correspondent Tom Soufi Burridge for more. Tom, what's the latest here?
Yeah, Dan, so I think this is a very troubling phenomenon. What we don't know is anything really about the malign actors who were behind this. It appears to have been inspired or encouraged on social media. So it looks like there were social media posts before this annual nationwide music festival event. So effectively, Fête de la Musique, there are music festivals in towns and cities right across France. And prior to the event, there were posts, we think, on social media encouraging people or telling people to prick people attending that event. Now, we don't know anything about the malign actors behind this. Police are investigating, and they say that during those series of music festivals right across France on Saturday, 145 people were either pricked or believed they were pricked. So, you know, because of these social media posts, people picked up on these and then warned other social media users that this was being encouraged. So you had a climate of fear or concern prior to the event itself. And police are saying that they have arrested so far 14 people in connection with these attacks.
Tom, victims reported feeling hot flushes, dizziness, loss of consciousness, and visible marks or bruises on their skin. So are police saying what they think was in those syringes?
They haven't yet, and at the moment I don't think there's any indication whether or not any of the victims were actually injected with any type of substance. I mean, look, we know from one of the mayors of a city where there were 17 young victims, 17 young female victims, that the victims were as young as 14, aged through to 20. One particularly concerning thing I think that mayor said for me was that some of the victims were actually attacked in the presence of their parents, and we know that from police that most of the attackers were either pricked in their arm or in their back. They had various symptoms as you've laid out, and most of those people either were treated at the scene by first responders or then reported to hospital to give urine, saliva or blood samples to try and work out whether they were pricked or not. But I think, you know, this phenomenon, it doesn't appear, I think, that physically many of the victims were badly hurt or damaged in this attack. That seems to be the indication at this stage. But what this attack, inspired by just a few messages we think on social media, has done is sow panic. So I think, like, French authorities right now are urging calm. They're saying we shouldn't panic, but people in future events should be vigilant and look out for this type of attack, seek medical advice, report it to the police as soon as they see it.
Let's end it right there. There you heard it, folks. 14 people have been arrested after 145 people reported being pricked, whether in their arm, in their back, whatever the case is, by syringes out there in France. A few music festivals in France were taking place, looks like this past weekend. And somebody on social media, prior to these festivals taking place, groups of people online were encouraging people to take on these malicious attacks on strangers. People as young as 14 years old. Some with their parents, some, you know, in the presence of, you know, police and everything were out there. Nonetheless, these people, for what reason, only God knows. Folks, again, cautionary tale. As somebody myself, I haven't been to a music festival. I was at a concert maybe like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, whenever that was. Wasn't crazy crowded, but of course, even when I'm out and about, let this be a cautionary tale about just being in public settings in large crowds. I think, you know, we want to believe that we should feel safe and comfortable in certain settings. Of course, you're having a good time with you and your friends at a music festival or a concert or sporting event, whatever the case is. But let this go to show that people have weird, malicious intentions, strangers, people that may not even know you, whatever the case is, to harm you in some way. For what? Now, people are saying there's no intentions. They don't know the intent behind these attacks. People are saying they don't know what exactly was in the syringes. There were some stories of people saying that either they were attacked or they felt as if they were attacked. They were expressing some type of, you know, hot flashes or the symptoms that they were feeling after being attacked, whatever the case is. Of course, as the reporter was saying in this video, that nobody has maybe necessarily died or, has anything too tragic happen to them after these attacks. But it just goes to show you where we're at in the world right now, folks. The intentions of people that you may come across in public settings, in large crowds, whatever the case is. That's why, folks, me personally, you don't really see me out and about too much these days. Like, it's like, I don't leisurely go out these days. Like, I go out, but everything I do is like, you see what I'm saying? Like, and large crowds count me out. Like, I'm not really, and this is just me personally, I'm not saying this is whatever the case is, but the times that we're living in now, you really got to be cautious of your surroundings and the people that you're around. You can't just be out here leisurely. You have to have your head on a swivel, as they say, bro. Like, music festivals, sporting events, any large crowds that you're out of. Again, it's summertime right now, of course. People want to get out and about. People want to travel. People want to go to festivals and carnivals and this, that, and the other. I'm not saying you can't do those things, but I'm saying you have to be a little bit more cautious, man, that we're living in and aware that we're living in some scary times right now. You never know who you're around. You never know the intentions of people that you come across when you're out in public or online or whatever the case is, that people are just weird. People find entertainment in things that are maybe not entertaining for the next man or for you yourself. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like when you're out and about, especially in large crowds, man, let this story serve as a cautionary tale, bro, to just be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of your drinks. Be aware of the things that the substances you're taking. If you partake in, recreational, whatever it is you do, like you understand that these things happen, right? You understand that some people out here, their lives are so shitty that they find pleasure in harming others, causing harm to innocent people. Again, this story even told to people, young children as young as 14, young girls, young boys as young as 14 feeling pricked. Imagine being out in a crowd and you just feel a sharp little prick on your back, on your arm, and all of a sudden you start feeling disoriented out of nowhere for no reason. Be mindful of the times that we're living in, folks. It's not really all jolly, as I said before as well, too. It's not really sweet out here, bro. You really got to be intentional when you're out and about. Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of the people that you're around. And it's okay to stay home sometimes. Let's just keep it real. Like, call me a grandpa, call me a little whatever the case is, but it's okay to miss out sometimes, bro. In the times that we're at, or if you're gonna go somewhere, let people know where you're going, be intentional, put some space between you and the crowd, know an exit strategy. Like, when I go out, bro, like, I'm on all of that. Who's around me? Where's the exits? Where do I gotta run? Where do I gotta go if need be? Anywhere, the movie theater, anywhere, bro. You got to be cautious when you're out here in these streets, bro. The world that we're living in now is dark. It's evil. It's slimy out here, bro. Protect yourselves at all costs. Let this be a cautionary tale to anybody out there who is out and about and wants to enjoy their summer. Keep these things in the back of your mind. I'm not trying to scare you, but I do want to raise the level of awareness for myself and all of us who may be watching. Just be cautious, folks, is all I'm saying. Those are my thoughts. Of course, I want to hear yours down in the comment section below. As always, the likes, the comments, the subscribes are all greatly appreciated. I will catch you guys on the next one.